Don't give USCIS an easy way to deny your N-400. Hi, I'm Jim Hacking, immigration lawyer practicing law throughout the United States out of our offices in St. Louis, San Diego, and Washington, D.C. In today's video, we're going to talk about citizenship, and we're going to talk about one of the things that really screws up people, especially those who spend a lot of time while a lawful permanent resident and outside the United States. That's the real problem, and that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about what do I have to do to set myself up for success when I want to naturalize? Or another way that we think about things here, how do I take away reasons for them to deny my N-400? And one of the big reasons people get denied for naturalization is because they take trips longer than 6 months outside the United States. And I am prepared to say right now, for the first time ever, that if you have a trip of more than 6 months while a lawful permanent resident and in the statutory period in which you have to show your eligibility for naturalization, that is going to reset your clock. Now, USCIS says that it's only a presumption. Now, those of you who are immigrants or who aren't lawyers might not know the word presumption. Presumption means that I can presume or guess or pretend or act like you abandoned your residency. I can presume that you abandoned your residency. I can act like you abandoned your residency. You gave up your U.S. residency when you went home for that trip of more than 6 months. And of course, the longer past 6 months that you stayed outside the United States, the more likely it is that they're going to find that you abandoned your residency. So the law does say it's only a presumption, but USCIS treats it as if you've definitely abandoned it. In other words, they treat it like something that you can't overcome. Usually under the law, if there's a presumption, the other party has the opportunity to do what's called rebut the presumption, to submit evidence to overcome the presumption. And it used to be much, much easier at USCIS to rebut that presumption. But right now, what we've been seeing time and time again with people who stay out of the United States for 7 months or a year or 14 months, and a lot of this is related to people not being able to come back to the United States because of COVID, that they're finding their naturalization cases denied, and almost an automatic denial. I would say that it's very, very close. I would say probably 1 out of 20 cases when you file for naturalization with a trip outside the United States for more than 6 months, that's going to be a presumption that you abandon your residency. And of course, if you gave up a lot of your life in the United States, if you closed your bank accounts or gave up your lease or moved all your stuff to storage, or if you were working back in your home country during that time you were outside the United States, that's a slam dunk. You're not going to get your naturalization. So that's going to reset your clock. And of course, you always want to make sure that you are keeping your green card safe, and that's a whole other reason not to be gone for more than 6 months. So this is a real problem for people seeking naturalization. If you have good reasons for being outside the United States, it doesn't really matter. We've fought this issue many times, and USCIS is really, really pushing back. So if you do have one of these kinds of trips of more than 6 months on your record, say for the last 5 years or the last 3 years, you really need to think about, do I want to take the risk of paying the legal fees to file, the filing fees to file, and roll the dice, or do I want to play it safe and wait until I know that I have a good history of being in the United States? Now, this is true even if you have a reentry permit. So a reentry permit is about maintaining your green card and allows you to stay outside the United States for 2 years, but it does not protect you from an argument by USCIS or that presumption kicking in that you abandon your residency by leaving the United States. So I'm not sure exactly why things changed at USCIS, but I'm just here to tell you that we've seen both in people that are coming to consult with us and even on cases that we filed where people have this trip in excess of 6 months and it really screws up their naturalization. So obviously the easiest thing to do is to not be out of the United States for more than 6 months. That's your best bet. That's the way you're going to make sure that when the time comes for you to apply for naturalization, that you're going to get your case approved. That's going to put you in the best position for success. So hope this makes sense. If you're thinking about applying for naturalization and you want to hire us, want to work with our firm to try to file a really strong case and to make sure that you do everything humanly possible to get your case approved, feel free to give us a call at 314-961-8200. Email us info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com. If you're just looking for free resources, or if you don't want to hire us, please don't call the office. The purpose of calling the office is to see about the possibility of us working together. In those instances, we have lots of great free resources for you. We have this YouTube channel where I upload 3 new videos every week, and I also try to go live 3 or 4 times a week. So we got you covered most days with new content, new information, and we have thousands of videos that go to answer many of these questions that immigrants have when they're going through the process. We also have our Facebook group, and that's called Immigrant Home. You can find us there. And then if you want to catch me live on the YouTube channel or Immigrant Home, make sure you subscribe to the channel and join the group, and make sure that you text the word show to 314-470-3300 if you want to get in the waiting room and ask me a question. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next time.